Chapter 1: The Complex Journey of Grief. Have you ever wondered why sorrow feels like a twisting labyrinth, an intricate maze of emotions that can feel impossible to navigate? This, dear listeners, is the complex journey of grief, an inevitable part of the human experience. Grief, contrary to popular belief, isn't a linear process. It's a whirlwind of emotions, a series of stages that we go through as we grapple with loss. Swiss psychiatrist Elisabeth Kübler-Ross first proposed these stages in her book On Death and Dying, and they have since become a cornerstone in understanding the human response to loss. Chapter 2: Denial and its Protective Veil. The first stage, denial, is our mind's first attempt at using a defense mechanism to shield us from the initial wave of pain. In this stage, the reality of the situation hasn't fully sunk in. A person might think, this can't be happening, or there must be some mistake. Denial helps to numb the shock, providing a cushion for the harsh blow that reality has dealt us. Chapter 3: Unveiling Reality. Anger emerges. Following denial comes the second stage, anger. As the protective veil of denial slowly lifts, reality and its pain re-emerge. We are not ready, and the intense emotion is redirected and expressed as anger. You might direct this anger towards inanimate objects, strangers, friends, or family. Anger, in this context, serves as a bridge over the open sea of pain that lies beneath. Chapter 4: The desperate attempt of bargaining. The third stage is characterized by a flurry of if only and what if statements. It's a desperate attempt to regain control, to negotiate away the pain. We may make a deal with a higher power, promising to do better, to be better if only the pain could be taken away. Chapter 5: The Quiet Sadness of Depression. Depression, the fourth stage, is a response to the growing realization that the loss is real and permanent. It's a stage of quiet sadness and withdrawal from world activities. It's not a sign of mental illness, but a natural and appropriate response to a great loss. Chapter 6: The Arrival of Acceptance. Finally, we arrive at acceptance. It's important to note that acceptance doesn't mean being okay with what happened. It's about acknowledging the reality of the situation, learning to live with it. It's the stage where our emotional wounds begin to heal, and we start to look ahead. Chapter 7: Understanding the Blueprint of Grief. In summary, the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, are not stops on a linear timeline, but part of a blend of responses that many people experience. Everyone's grief is as unique as their fingerprint, but despite its individual nature, human beings share a universal blueprint for grief. Recognizing these stages can help us better cope with loss, understand our feelings, and find a path towards healing. Chapter 8: Embracing Grief and Allowing Healing. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of being human. Embrace it, understand it, and most importantly, allow yourself to heal.